We are live. We are going to wait for a couple people to hop in, but then we're going to get going. We got my main Logan here.
What's up?
Not a member of the Miami tribe. Aren't you proud of me now?
Thank God.
I can say Miami, man.
I am proud of you. I made fun of you every single day.
That's why I hung out. That's why I hung out with the Nakota tribe because I couldn't.
And because we won.
Yeah, you guys did win a lot. Miami, not so much, man.
Not so much.
Where's all our viewers at, man? They're coming. They're coming.
Slowly and steadily.
All right, man. So we've had a couple weeks since this episode, happened in real life, man. What you been doing? Taking a break from Survivor stuff?
Oh yeah. Taking a break from Facebook in general, like all the messaging in general.
Yeah, I haven't seen you much on like watching these or anything.
Yeah, I've been in a couple watch parties, but I've been just kind of off.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. Like I've talked to people as they've got voted off, and how much time a day would you say you spent as far as challenges, idols, talking to people?
It was a lot. It was pretty much every day. Like at night, I would take time to go hang out with people, and I'd just I'd tell people like after challenges, I'd hang out with the tribe or whatever for a while. But I'll be like, I'm gonna go hang out with some friends for the rest of the night. I'll be back, but I'm done messaging for like 2 hours. You guys are fill me in later, but I mean it's pretty much all day, every day. You're going.
That's interesting. Like if I played, right, and I would, I get in alliance, I would tell them the same thing. I would tell them straight up, like, I'm not going to be on a call till 5 a.m. I'm not doing anything shady. I'm not talking to other people, right? So is it like, and I've seen people get voted out previously that didn't work for them. They left because they weren't committed or something. So is it just the people you're working with that kind of let it happen, or is it just like you being out in front of it and telling them like, hey, I'm not going to be on?
I don't know. I think it was just how I handled it. Like I know, like Sam, for example, like he just didn't say anything.
Right.
We were just like, where is he? When I would just be like, hey guys, like this is time that I'm setting aside to go like do things. Like this is where I'll be. I'll be back then. If you need me, this is when I'll be back. So I think it's like I gave them a heads up of like I'm busy, and everybody's pretty understanding. Like everybody has lives, so. Yeah, I don't know.
Makes sense. Like, so you telling them in advance, you think's the difference? Like Sam or somebody else, they might just like not show up.
Yeah, I think the big thing is communication.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but I mean, I know it takes a lot out of people, man. I know a lot of people have had breaks from the page in general and talking to people. Like, one more conversation.
And it's been great, man. Like you meet these people and they're awesome to talk to. Like take a break after the game is done just because you're talking to them all day, every day for 38 days straight. But I mean, like all these people you play with are really great people and friends. So
yeah, it's definitely a good crew, man. Well, you made it all the way to Final Four.
I did.
It's a hell of a run.
It was.
Now you compete with Frank in the Final Four competition. Now, was that always because I know Corey had mentioned in an early episode he wanted to get to Final Four with Frank and go against him. Like, was that a plan with you as well? If you got to Final Four with Frank, you wanted to go against him?
Yeah, that was always kind of our thing since day like 2 or 3. I guess Corey had brought it to Frank first, but Frank thought it would work better with our alliance. So yeah, that was always our agreement, and our thought process there was Frank knew that he could trust me 100% if he knew that I wasn't gonna take him to the end. It was like he has no reason to lie to me if I'm not going to the end with him anyway. So it's like I have no reason to backstab him yet anyway. So
what if hypothetical, what if you won the final challenge, the immunity challenge of Final Four? Like, did you want to go against Frank? Would you give up your necklace and play him in the challenge, or would you? Is that only if you didn't win the challenge?
Hypothetically, that's okay. That's a great one. I think I would have, but I think it would have been really tempting for me not to and just be like, I already got my spot. you know. But I think since I had talked about it so much, I think I would have ended up doing it anyway, to be honest.
Right. Well, I know we saw in some confessionals and even from yourself, like, rumblings of you not having the greatest chance of winning, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, you think you win that challenge, maybe you do that to pad the resume a little bit? With that
I think before, I think yes, but I ended up in the Ponderosa and asked if anybody would have voted for me if I won anyway, and I got a lot of no's, so.
That's
I don't
okay.
think it really would have mattered.
That's okay, man. Hey, still made it far, man.
That's right.
Got to play every challenge,
I also I went to the least amount of tribal councils out of the final 4 people, because I got to skip out on that one merge tribal council, and then Dakota was never on any of them. So
Wow. So you didn't go to any until the merge, right?
well, we had the double tribal,
The double tribal with the
and then we lost. Dakota lost 1. Where
See, my memory
Morgan,
sucks, man. I can't remember.
Morgan and I sucked at the puzzle.
An announcer. Oh, you feedback? Yeah. That's cool. Let's see what our comments are saying. Robert is the tomorrow. No, man. The finale is Thursday. Thursday's the finale and reunion show. Denny loves you.
Love you too, Denny.
Fire. All right, man. So tell me about what do you think? Why do you think people were telling you? Why do you think they're not voting for you? Do you think they just don't see the game you're playing, or do you feel like
I think it's because I was working with Frank.
And he's real splashy.
Yeah, he's loud and
Right.
so out there that everybody just saw me working with him as me just like following him and just him doing everything and me not doing anything, just like following him the whole way there. Which wasn't how it was at all. I'm pretty confident Frank would tell you that, but I mean, perception is reality for all these people, so that's how it is.
Absolutely, and that's the tough thing about Survivor, especially because sometimes they see it after the episode's there, right? But they're not seeing it. They don't see those confessionals. They don't see what you guys are thinking. You just have to get to the end and plead your case, and but it's tough, man. So, what do you think? What can you tell us now? Like, was a big move that you did that wasn't Frank, that was your idea? Something like
it was definitely like keeping that connection with Denny, where Frank and Corey at like both at the same time were like, just ghost both Pook and Denny. We don't need him right now. And I was like, I don't know. Like I knew that we were gonna need Denny, not at the next vote because I knew we were gonna work with her then, but like either the next vote after that or the one after that. Like I was thinking 2-3 steps after this, and they were like, we don't need him. And I was like, I don't know about that. So I didn't tell them that I was gonna talk to her and keep that relationship close. And no one really knew how close Denny and I were throughout the whole game. So if Frank had gone at any point, I had already set up ways for me to get back into alliances and in the numbers with Denny, Pook, wherever I could. So I had backup plans that never really had to come into fruition. So
there's something we got to talk about. The final 5. I feel like that there's a lot of rumblings about the coin.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, I'll explain like my point of my side of it. So for me and Frank are bluffing this idol, which is great for me because they are taking it. They believe Frank, but at the same time, I know it's not true. So their votes are going to come after me no matter what. Like I've heard this already. Like they're like, well, we're not going to flip on each other. We're just going to vote for Logan, whatever you guys are deciding who's going home. I'm sitting there going, we need Denny's vote then. Like if votes are coming for me, we need Denny's vote. So I had talked to Frank. Frank was like, I kind of want Carrie. And I was like, okay. Then I had reached out to Denny. Denny was like, I kind of want Rob. And then she explained to me why she wanted Rob, which made sense to me. I actually understood why she wanted Rob. And then we all 3 got into a call, and Frank was like, well, I don't really care. And then Denny was like, well, yeah, I don't really care either. And I'm sitting there like, I don't care either. Somebody pick, because the votes are coming to me. And Frank and I didn't want to push Denny one way or the other and then have her be like, well, I don't want to go that way. and then vote with them and vote me out. So I was just like, if nobody's gonna pick, what are we doing? And then it just ended up being a coin flip. I understand why people don't like it. I probably wouldn't do it again, but I mean that's just how it was. I didn't want to push her one way and then have her kind of be like, I don't like that way, and then not vote with us. So
So you said that Denny. You first said Denny wanted to vote Rob.
Yeah, that was her first initial reaction, was vote Rob.
So if you didn't care, why didn't you guys just take Denny's vote and go Rob?
That's what we went into. What the call with Frank was. I was like, she wants to go Rob. I think we should go Rob. And then Frank was kind of like, okay, but I think Carrie would work better. And then Denny was like, yeah, I really don't care. And then I was like, somebody decide. And Frank was like, I don't care either. And I was like, I really don't care, but my name is getting written down. Like, somebody decide. So
I think that coin flip might have worked. I mean, Carrie is a very likable person.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah. It might have been a game-changing coin flip. And I think that's what's like getting people. Like,
yeah.
Which, I mean, hell, there was a twist in Winners at War coin flip. It didn't really affect the game, but they had coin flips. So I have no problem with your coin flip thing. But I know it's a big topic.
Yeah, it definitely was, and I don't expect I had talked to some people afterwards, and I was like, I don't expect everybody to like everything about my game, but if I can explain it to you a little bit better, then I will. But
yeah,
if you guys can hate it, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like anybody in the episode was really happy it was going to a coin flip. All your confessionals were like, so we're doing a coin flip.
Yeah, exactly, and it was really Frank and I didn't want to throw out the name because we didn't want to push Denny the wrong way. So
right, which makes sense. Yeah, and it looked like Denny was just teeter-tottering that whole time.
Yeah,
Denny, if you're on here, when did you make your decision? Was it at Tribal? I know your confessional said that. Come on, Denny. Always waiting on Denny.
Always.
He probably quit. Anyway, we'll wait for her answer. She's like, I don't like that question. I'm getting out of here. So what was one thing I want to talk about too? A key to the game, obviously, the twist at the beginning.
The twist. Oh yeah.
So how much time did you spend pre-gaming?
I spent quite a bit of time. I was actually on vacation when I found out the game was starting, so we didn't have where I was didn't have a lot of service, but I spent as much time as I could talking to people and like getting to know people, getting relationships started. So, I did spend quite a bit of time pre-gaming. Come to find out, after watching episode 0, the twist actually seemed to help me quite a bit, which is great for me. But
you mean because you didn't really pregame as hard as some people?
Yeah, and I mean, apparently it was me, Sam, and Christian on the outside of that original Russell tribe, from what I saw in that episode 0.
Right.
As they had a group of 7.
Yeah, and I not many people know I played the mini with you.
Yeah.
Briefly as hell, right?
And that's 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah. Denny's here now. I'm past Denny. I don't even remember what the question was. But in the pregame, it was the whole reason you got voted out first, right? You were like a sub or something, right? You're an alternate.
I actually wasn't. I was actually in that game, but I had no real concept of how. I just assumed that everybody just joined in and we just met there. I had no real concept of how it worked.
You know what? Yeah, I was thinking you were somebody else. I retract my whole statement because I actually remember reaching out to you and you didn't answer me. That's why I didn't.
Yeah. So I think I answered you once. I was just like, yeah, I'm playing. And then you were like, okay.
You were the Sam of the mini.
I was. But I stayed for the whole 9 hours of it, so.
No, you beat me. I jumped off. All right, what was the question I wanted to ask Denny? Danny, when was that final 5 vote? You were teeter-tottering, and you mentioned not making your decision. When did you make your decision to go carry? I think she leaves every time we actually it's crazy. Should have just jumped her in here. Anyway, all right, we'll wait for her to answer. All right, so the twist.
Yes.
Helped you, and I, obviously some people. Look at her. We'll just post that. So, obviously, some people it helps, some people it hurts. I think people that pregame a lot, you know, it obviously hurts immensely, and then obviously with like different relationships you have and stuff. But what was the key to success for Nakota for you? I mean, you guys ran on like 4 in a row, 5 in a row.
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, I think we just communicated really well. Like for instance, the first challenge we had set everybody in a position and we had it set, and like a couple minutes before we started, Ian just comes in and goes, "Guys, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this first part of the challenge. Like, I'm way too shaky. I'd be better off either shooting the rubber bands or doing the puzzle." And then we switched it out and just killed that first challenge. So
I remember that.
people like just being super honest about if they think that they can do it or not, and if they think that they're going to be really good at something or not, and then super upfront about it. So it was just communication and super honest.
Yeah, I
Really
remember.
well it was.
I was helping Dakota set up. That's a little behind the scenes moment, but we're helping Dakota set up, and Ian was all set up to do the
Yeah.
balance.
He had the all
He's
6
like,
feet and dice ready, and
yeah.
yeah,
So I mean, you guys say that, but you don't know what my Amia was necessarily doing.
right.
You
Yeah.
I mean, they could have been communicating the same way and just
We could have just been more talented. Who knows?
straight up more talented than my Amia, obviously. So Denny finally answered. She says when she was in the breakout room. So I guess she listened to me when she was in the breakout room with us. I told her to vote Carrie to save you. No, I'm just kidding.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I was never gonna let Logan go home though.
That's my girl.
Well, she let you go home in Final Four, so she didn't do her job that well.
Technically, she let me do exactly what I wanted. She said
Right,
she'd bring me if I wanted to.
Did you practice a lot on that challenge? I mean,
I did.
We
So
same challenge as the first season.
yeah. So I went back, studied it, practiced it a lot. I got it down really well. Like right before we went in, I was like, I'll go do it like 1 or 2 more times. Went through like flawlessly, like nailed every flip cup, stacked and bounced it in first try. And I was like, if I can do that just like that, I think I will win this. And then we started the challenge and I sucked. Like I mad sucked at that.
You Miami at that
I
challenge.
Miami at that challenge.
Yeah. You got smoked. You got smoked.
Yeah. But it's all right. I mean, I have no regrets about it, honestly.
That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, I really don't. It was how I wanted. Like if I was gonna go out, it was how I wanted to go out. So
How many votes did you get for you this season? Do you know?
3.
3. That's not bad. I was
Yeah,
wondering.
I got the one from Corey, and then the 2 from Rob and Carrie at 5.
Wow. I was wondering because Robbie, who lost the same position as you the first season, he didn't have any votes, and I was like, I couldn't remember really you getting many votes except that final 5.
Yeah.
This one before that. Man, I think you played a good game.
Appreciate it.
I'm watching everything. The jury's wasn't loving it at the time, but
Definitely not.
but I get what you're saying because sometimes if I was playing, I have an alliance member, I'm a little more outspoken than somebody I'm working with.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're not coming to me making some great ideas and talking me off a ledge when I'm thinking something crazy. So like oh, here's Frank. Frank's coming in here. He went classic Frank on that comment.
Classic Frank. Frank was a great ally to have though. Like everybody likes to shit talk Frank, but really Frank and I had this weird thing, like a lot of times in this game you have to talk to people for so long, like if you're working really close to them. Frank and I would hop on a call. We would talk to each other for I don't know, catch up with each other on like how our days were for a couple minutes, talk strategy for 30 minutes, and then be done. And we didn't have to continue, like we wouldn't have to have like 3, 4, 5 hour long calls with each other. It'd be like, this is what's up. This is new information. This is what we can do. Here's a plan. Think on it. Like multiple times he would bring a plan to me and be like, here's a plan. I want you to poke holes in it because I know your brain is going to work better with that than me. Bring back pros and cons to me and we'll think about what we can do. And then I would go to him and be like, here's pros and cons. Here's a different plan we could do. Poke holes in it. bring it back to me, and we can do something else. Like, go back and forth. We wouldn't have to have a communication like hours and hours and hours a day just because we like
Now, is that
we were
by
so
choice
on the
or is it
same.
because like I know Frank's schedule with working nights? Like, was it like a lot of times? All right, I'm you're waking up, he's going to bed, and you got to
Not really, because I stay up late anyway. So it was like it wasn't like
Well, you're
it just didn't need to happen. Like it was like we had basically our time could have been better used getting information from other people is basically how we saw it. And bluffing other people and getting those relationships up. So we knew that we were gonna trust each other 100% and we didn't need to be sitting there for 5 hours straight talking nothing.
Right. How old are you? 19, right?
Yes, sir.
No wonder you stay up late, man. I fell asleep twice during the call already. I'm ready. I'm all tucked in already under here. But hey, overall, man, did you have a good time playing? Was
I
it,
did.
a lot of work, obviously a lot of time consumed, but obviously everybody playing this is a super fan of Survivor, so
yeah.
kind of getting a taste of it. Was it your first ORG besides the main?
Yeah, first one. It's so fun.
Yeah,
I'd play again.
I've seen a couple. I'm not sure they get as intense as this one does with the time consumption is as long as it is. It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, it's nuts. People came to play this season too, for sure.
Yeah. I think, and people came to play in the first season. I thought the first season was fantastic. And I'm not sure everybody knew how, like, many people would be into it, right? They didn't know there would be, like, episodes that were pretty cool. And it was kind of like a tester season, but that was awesome. Both seasons have been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be a part of it. Would you play again?
100%.
Right 100%. Now, what have we started now?
All right.
We're gonna bring everybody else in.
All right, let's go.
All right, man. 10 years from now, Logan will be unreal.
Are you saying I'm not unreal right now, Frank?
Yeah, that was like a backhanded compliment. All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Chat with us a little bit about the game. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Man, I'm happy you played. Happy you got far. We got the finale this Thursday, the reunion show to follow. We will reveal our winner.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. So we will see everybody in 2 days.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
Later.